number one. If Brendan will, or is Brendan taking roll call or is Renee taking a roll call? Okay, Mr. Verduzco will take the roll call, please.
Okay. Board Member Ferris,
Present.
Board Member Farino,
Present.
and Chair Sisk.
Present.
Okay, that concludes the roll call.
All right, thank you. Now we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I will now place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. And when I complete reading the oath, please state, "I do." You do solemnly affirm that the testimony you are about to give in the matter now pending before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Now it is time for the agenda review.
Item number 5, agenda review. The clerk of the board recommends approval of the agenda review by the Assessment Appeals Board. The agenda review consists of the following items. Item number 66, application number 2310637, applicant F.L. Peterson, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 76, application number 2311376, applicant Kiernan Graves, denied due to lack of appearance. Items number 81 through 82, applications 2311432 and 2311433, applicant Westlake Owner LLC, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item number 93, application number 2311596, applicant RIF Investments 3 LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 95, application number 2311684, applicant Justine Oliver, denied due to lack of appearance. Items number 104 through 105, application number 2311967 and 2311968, applicant Harmon Rasnow and Eleanor Rasnow 1997 Trust, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item number 109, application number 2312148, applicant Simona Vizarenu, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item number 111, application number 2410176, applicant Elizabeth Smiley, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item number 112, application number 2410327, applicant JJ Orense, denied due to lack of appearance. Item number 163, application number 2410972, applicant Albany Apartments of Oxnard LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. Okay, we have, you James Allen? Okay. Okay, we'll be removing item number 163 from agenda review. Item number 164, application number 2410998, DG Piper LLC, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item number 165, application number 2411191, applicant MT View Investment Group, removed from the agenda due to the submission of a withdrawal. Item number 166, application number 2411191, application number 2411204, applicant Harrison Brothers Entertainment LLC, removed from the agenda due to the submission of a withdrawal. Item number 172, application number 2411795, Mary Peterson, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. Item 173, application number 2411796, applicant Ann Connor, continue to January 12th, 2026, pending receipt of an original stipulation. And item number 174, application number 2411840, Wong Westlake LLC, denied due to lack of appearance. If you heard your name on agenda review and you are in attendance, please stand or raise your hand now.
Mr. Verduzco, we have item 76, Kieran Graves on Zoom, so let's remove that from the denial list. I'm not seeing anyone else on Zoom raising their hand for having their name called.
Okay, the recommended action would be to approve as modified.
What about item number 93?
93. Did I skip over that one?
I think you might have missed it, unless
Okay.
I missed it.
Item number 93, application number 2311596, applicant RIF Investments 3 LLC, denied due to lack of appearance.
Okay. I so move.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, that takes us back to, so we're done with the agenda review. Do we have any public comments?
Board Member Sisk, I believe everybody in attendance and on Zoom is here for an agenda item. There are no requests to
Okay.
speak at this time.
All right, thank you. Do we have any comments from the board? Nope. Well, thank you guys for showing up today. Let's see, and then now we're going to roll through the agenda, and we're going to decide if you're ready to prepare to move forward, or you're going to ask for continuance. And if you're prepared to move forward, we'll trail it to the end. So we're going to go through the whole agenda and talk to everyone before we come back and hear any cases today. So first item, application, or item 8 through 23, applications 21-10755, 10769, and 10809, Tesla Energy Operations.
Chair Sisk, we have Ryan McClure in person for these items, and we can actually hear items 8 through 55 simultaneously.
Okay, that was my next question. How many of these can we group together? Okay, are you prepared to move forward today?
Not this morning, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Let me clarify. Renee, which application all the way down to what, 58?
To item number 55, so all the way
55.
down to
Okay,
23-10719.
okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure. In the assessor's office, any
Yes.
comments?
This would be an assessor requested continuance. We need additional time to complete our audit. There's also some difficult legal problems that we are trying to figure out as well. So that's the
Okay.
reason for the request today.
Okay, do we have a date in mind?
The assessor would request if we can push it out a little bit further since this one is pretty complicated.
Okay,
I don't know if that's an option.
yeah, do we have any,
Yeah, so just to, so the board previously continued this from March to give the assessor a lengthy continuance to complete their work. So are we looking to go to March 2026? And that'll be, kind of a year, or does the assessor need more than that?
I believe March 2026 should be sufficient time.
Right, so board, if we're looking at the March time range, I put up on the screen, we could potentially do March 23rd, 2026, before your board. Or we can explore other options at your board's preference.
23rd's okay with me. Anyone have any objections? No, okay. So do we have a data proviso, or?
I believe all data for this one's been exchanged. We're just trying to figure out how to deal with some legal issues, so.
Okay, looking for a motion to
Chair,
postpone.
sorry, I don't know if Mr. McClure is available on that date.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Let me double check, but
So we're looking at March 23rd, 2026 at this time.
yeah, that date looks open for now. Yeah.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with no data proviso.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Next application, 22-10010 and 10011, Stephen Dyer.
Chair Sisk, we have Steve Dyer here in person.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
I am not.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor's okay with the continuance request, and any future date would work for the assessor.
And then do you need data?
At this time, we don't believe we need any more data.
Okay. And then what are, do we have a preferred date, either January or the February date?
Could we push it out? To
What,
make
February?
sure that I'm involved with many other parties, and I'm trying to get it worked out here through the court.
So would the February 9th be preferred?
March,
You want the March 23rd?
March 23rd.
That would be okay with the assessor as well.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with no data proviso.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so next item is 4 items, I believe. The next applicant.
Yes, Los Robles, items 58 through 63. And we have Ryan McClure with Versatax here in person.
Good morning. Are you
Morning
prepared
again.
to move forward today?
No, we will need a continuance, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the assessor's okay with the continuance. This one's also has a audit being worked by our business property team.
Okay.
I believe they are waiting for some additional information, so they've been in communication with
Okay. So
the applicant.
do you want a data proviso on that?
If we could add a data proviso just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what date do we have? Do we have a preferred date?
If we could do that March 23rd.
The March 23rd,
date,
get them all at the same time? Okay.
Is that enough time?
That should work.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
And Chair Sisk, was this an assessor continuance or an applicant continuance?
Excuse me?
Were we charging this one to the assessor or the applicant?
I'm not sure which one actually requested it. It seems possibly the assessor because they have an audit going on.
It could be charged to each, although we are waiting for some additional information, so, but not sure it matters at this point,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, so I'm not sure who requested it, or it seems like it's from both parties.
So
Yeah, mutual request would be fine.
we can do a board continuance if you like.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Next application, which item 64 and I believe 65, the same applicant, but different cases. Okay. So application 22-10915, Movie Co. Entertainment lessee.
Chair Sisk, we have Michael LeBeau with Bewley, Laslin, and Miller here in person.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Michael LeBeau, the law firm Bewley, Lasley, and Miller for the applicant, Movie Co. And AMC, its lessee.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
After discussions with Mr. Clifford of the assessor's office, we understand that they are working on a potential recommendation. I think a joint continuance of this application and item number 65 would be appropriate in light of those circumstances.
Okay, so application 23-10685 as well.
Yes, please, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the assessor's in agreement. In the past, we had continued this to look into a potential change in ownership issue. That's been resolved, so now it's just wrapping up the valuation on this one.
Okay, so don't have any data proviso?
At this time, no data
Okay,
proviso.
and then we have a date in mind to postpone to?
The January 26th date, please, Mr. Chairman.
Is that okay with the assessor's office?
Yes, it is.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to January 26th with no data proviso.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any more up here?
If I may, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
items numbered 96 to 101 are
Okay.
also my responsibility.
Okay, 96 to 101, okay. And are we prepared to move forward on those?
On behalf of applicant Huntington Manor LLC, applicants requesting continuance of those to the January 26th date. I'm continuing to work on the valuation report, and I want to give the assessor's office adequate time to review it. The data proviso of December 27th would work well for the applicant.
Okay, and we need a data proviso?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, any
And-
other comments? Are we,
Nope, he summed it up perfectly.
okay,
Chair Sisk, I did want to mention for the record that we did receive waivers for these, items 98 through 99. So we're okay with the continuance.
okay, excellent. Looking for a motion to postpone to January 26th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Do you have any others up here?
That's it, Mr. Chairman. So that was numbers 96 through 101 entirely?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you. You
Appreciate your
too.
time. Thank you, Mr. the Assessor's Office.
So we're back to item 67 through 72, applications 23-10994 through 10999, a B Corp Retail El Paseo owner. Do we have anyone in
Chair Sisk, we have Melissa Magdaleno raising her hand on Zoom for this item.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
No, we would like to request a continuance.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the assessor agrees with the continuance, and if we could add the proviso, since we haven't received any information on this one yet.
Okay, and do we have a date in mind?
February 9th, please.
February 9th, okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
All right, thank you. Do you have any more on the docket today?
Yes, I do.
Okay, which items are those?
80 and 94.
80 and 94? Okay, so we'll skip to 80. Are you prepared to move forward on that one?
No, we would like to request a continuance.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, we agree with the continuance, and if we could have a proviso on this one as well.
Okay, and do we have a date in mind?
February 9th.
Let's keep them, okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
And then the next one was
94.
94, okay, oh, way down here, okay. Application 23-11598, PL Broadway LLC. And are you prepared to move forward on this one?
We would like to request a continuance.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
We agree, and if we could add the proviso.
Data, and we're going to do February 9th?
Yes, correct.
Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we? Back to item 73. Application 23-11293 through 11295, Westlake Portfolio LLC.
Chair Sisk, we have Dylan Hoyes with Ryan LLC on Zoom for this item, for these items.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
I would like to request the continuance out to the February 9th, 2026 date. I believe we provided, and there may be maybe a little bit more that we need to provide as well, so we can continue to, provide that prior to the next reset.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance, and if we could add a proviso.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Well, thank you.
Real quick, board members, I just want to clarify, Mr. Hoyes is currently remotely, although your board requires, he's already used his one-time remote attendance. Last time your board included a condition that he would need to attend in person in the future. And so I just wanted to clarify if you wanted to provide any direction to that as part of your motion.
Yes, we sent an email this morning requesting this. I'm out ill today, and my backup's not able to attend on my behalf. And so we're just in these extenuating circumstances, we're asking if we can, really with the, understanding they're in person.
That's obvious. It's fine, yeah. I mean, you're not here.
Yeah.
So we've already just postponed it, so that's fine.
All right, thank you.
Yep, thank you. But if you have to present a case or something like that, we do want it in person.
Sure, understood.
All right, thank you. Let's see, next item 70, oh,
I
we're
think
back
he
at,
has some more on the.
do you have more on the,
Yes.
okay, which items are they? Oh, 83?
Agenda. I don't see the agenda item numbers. I just have the application numbers in front of me.
Looks like 83 is next.
Yeah, I see your name on 83. Application 23-11463, 4767 Moore Park LLC.
Yes, we'd like to request a reset to the February 9th date as well, and we'll provide some information prior to that as well.
Any comments from the assessor's office?
We agree with the continuance, and if we can add the proviso.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Then I believe we have some more.
Items 84, 85, and 86 through 89. I'm not sure if they can be handled simultaneously. I'll go to the applicant on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we do these at once, or are they all separate?
Let's see, 84 and 85 look like they're both PMI, PMI
Okay.
villas and PMI overlooks, so, you know, I
Okay.
think we can handle those together.
Okay, so items 84 and 85, applications 23-11464 and 465. And are you prepared to move forward today on those?
Oh, yeah, we'd like to request a reset to February 9th on those.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees, and if we could add the proviso.
Okay, looking for a
Yes, sir.
motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. The next item, 86 or 89, applications 23-11466 through 11469, Semtech Corp. And are you?
Yes, we'd like to request a reset to the February 9th date on that as well. I think there may have also been a request by the assessor's office to have a field check on this one. And so we probably need to coordinate that as well, but I think we can get that done. Well, you know, in light of that, we may need to push this to March.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance, and yes, part of our request was for a site inspection.
Okay, so, okay. And are we okay with the March 23rd?
That's fine with the assessor.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that there is a site inspection conducted prior to 30 days before the hearing date?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Okay, just
So
checking with
moved.
the applicant. Mr. Hoyes, are you available on March 23rd?
Yes, sir, I am.
Second.
Thank you. And then do we have any more for you on here?
I didn't see any.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. So we're back at
Seven-
at
77?
76.
76 is
77?
77.
76, he showed up.
76.
Oh, he's, okay.
Yep, application 23-11376. Kieran Graves?
Hi, I was wondering if I could request a continuation to February 9th.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Oh, Kieran Gray.
Okay, thank you. Are any,
Yes.
any comments from the assessor's office?
Chair, just right, real quick before the assessor. So, Ms. Graves, you did not submit the required paperwork for this morning's hearing. Have you been receiving our communications in regard to today's hearing?
Yes, I have. My apologies to the board and the assessor's office, but haven't been able to get the paperwork together yet just because of work-related deadlines. But
Okay,
at the end of the year, I should be.
but you have been receiving emails in regards to this hearing today.
I've been receiving hard copies in the mail.
Okay. All right. You should have received emails as well. We'll need to receive a waiver from you extending the time to resolve this appeal. Would you be able to execute that and return it to us by the end of business today?
Is that an electronic?
Yes, you can do it
Document?
online
Okay.
in your portal for where you filed the application. It's called a two-year waiver. And so if you log in today, you can complete that there. And you can also reach out to our office for assistance.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so then to the assessor's office.
The assessor agrees with the continuance and the February 9th date, if we could add the proviso.
Okay. Does February 9th work? Ms. Graves?
Yes, it does. Thank
Okay.
you very much. And I
Looking-
should be able to get the paperwork in 30 days prior.
Okay, perfect. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you very
right,
much.
Thank you. Next, item 77, application 23-11399. Valdisuso Gilberto and Judith. Have anyone checked in?
Chair Sisk, we have Cole Ortiz with Paramount Property Tax on Zoom for this item.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
I am not actually on item number 77 and also the next one, 78. We're going to
78.
withdraw on both of those. Apologies for not being able to get that done ahead of time, but I wasn't able to get the supervisor approval until this morning.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Ortiz, and is that a verbal withdrawal, or are you continuing and you'll be submitting a paper withdrawal?
I'm fine with a verbal if that's okay with you guys.
It's a verbal withdrawal. There's no action needed by your board.
All right, thank you.
And that's for 77 and 78 applications 2311399 and 2311409. Is that correct, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, that's right.
All right, thank you very much.
For number 79, we'd like to request a continuance.
Okay.
The reason for that is we just didn't make the deadline of 30 days out to exchange information with the assessor. We have provided information now, but they need a little bit more time to review.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, we agree with the continuance request. We did receive information last week, so we need some time to go through that. And if we could add a proviso just in case there's more information needed.
Okay, and do we have a date in mind?
January 26th would be fine with us.
Is
That
okay
works
with
for the
you?
assessor.
That works, okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to January 26th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, next item, number 90.
Chair Sisk, we have item 91 for Mr. Ortiz.
Okay,
You wanna
and
skip that one?
92 as well, okay.
Yes, sir. 91 and 92, and again, these two are actually going to be verbal withdrawals as well.
Okay, so we have verbal withdrawals by Cole Ortiz for item 91, application number 2311517, and item 92, application number 2311518. Is that correct, Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and the last items on the agenda today for you are items 165
And 166, I think.
and 166. Thank you.
Yeah, on those two, we'd like to continue, if possible, to January 26th.
Okay, weren't those on
The issue was that we weren't able to get some of the information that we requested from our clients in order to get these valued in time to present today.
Excuse me, I show 165 and 166 is withdrawn.
Yeah, as Mr. Verduska, that was withdrawn on agenda review, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Okay, I guess I wasn't up to date. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any remaining open cases for Paramount Property Tax Appeals today unless we're missing something.
I didn't see
No,
any
that's
either.
it for us.
Okay, I guess we're set on your side.
Thank you.
Thank
you guys
you.
have a good day.
You too. I believe we're on item 90. Application 23-11480, G&M Oil Company.
Chair Sisk, we have Jeff Kamens with Professional Tax Appeal on Zoom for this item.
Good morning.
Mr. Kamens, we're not able to hear you. Are you, please double check your microphone.
My microphone.
Now we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. Are you prepared to move forward today?
No, we'd like a continuance. We've been in discussion with the assessor's office, requested some additional information. We would prefer agenda March 20th.
Okay,
Okay, any
Mr.
comments
Kamens,
from
we're
the
having
assessors?
trouble hearing you. Was that a continuance request to
Yeah,
March?
to March 23rd.
March 23rd? Okay.
Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance, and if we could add a proviso.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe next item is 102.
Chair
application.
Sisk, we had an item on agenda review who showed up late. Item number 95, Justine Oliver.
Okay,
So this application was denied due to lack of appearance, so the first order of business would be to vacate the denial and reopen the hearing.
okay, I so move. We have a second on vacating the denial.
When was it denied? Just, you mean?
Just this
early-
morning on agenda
Oh, this
review?
morning,
Yeah.
okay, second.
Thank you. And are you prepared to move forward today?
Hi. Actually, I wasn't expecting to be in front of the whole board. I had opted for like just seeing one single person. So I'm kind of
The opposite,
surprised. But yeah, I'm ready. Basically, okay, get ready for the bags.
So, Ms. Oliver, for this application, we didn't receive a confirmation of attendance at least 30 days prior, so
Oh, I didn't know I had to do that.
typically you submit your confirmation of attendance 30 days prior to the hearing and then confirm that you've exchanged data with the assessor's office. So the assessor would be waived from presenting today.
Oh, is that why?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
So-
Okay. I had a car accident about 3 months ago, and I've been dealing with a very stressful over 2 months. It took them to get my car back to me, and I also have other health problems that have nothing to do with that. But the bottom line is, I had no idea I had to do that. I just
Okay.
thought I had to show up on the 10th and see. I am here to discuss the fact that I have lived in my home, which is the house we're talking about.
Okay, so
For-
this isn't the time to, to present your case.
Oh.
What we need to do now, since the assessor's office didn't have confirmation of appearance, they're not prepared. So we're gonna have to postpone this to a date that
Okay.
they can give them time to prepare.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I had no idea. I
Okay.
didn't
It's a
see that
complicated
somehow. I
process.
must have
Don't
read it
worry.
without my glasses.
Excuse me,
don't-
before you, have you talked to the assessor at all? Maybe this is a case that can be solved.
Actually, yeah, I had talked to her and I was going to send her paperwork. And she said, maybe we won't even have to do this because it's kind of not a big case. And so I've just been dealing with a lot of things. And
Did you send her that paperwork?
no, I haven't. But if I could go, can I go have a conversation with her and maybe give it to her today or in the next few days?
Possibly. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yeah, the assessor is in agreement with the continuance. For clarification, you did have a phone call with
Yes.
Rebecca Russell.
Oh, was it? Okay, I couldn't
Yeah.
find her phone number.
And she gave, I believe she mailed you.
She did, which I have here with me.
Yeah, it's an application for a Prop 19 exclusion.
I guess.
Yeah, so basically, if you return that to our office, we can determine if your change in ownership event should be
Okay.
excluded from
Okay.
being a change in ownership.
Okay. Well, I was going to call her before this hearing, and evidently the piece of paper, because when I had talked to her, she had called me and I wrote her number down. I couldn't find her direct line. And I have, the last 2 months are like the busiest months of the year for taking care of all my business, right? So that was very stressful. So I had the car situation. Everywhere it went, it had to go to like 4 different people to fix 4 different things on it. The worst was, it broke my record. I have never had a accident. And I'm 75, so, I was like upset about that, but it was what it was. Anyway, but I've just been dealing with a lot of things.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
we're good.
I'm sorry
That's
to
okay.
waste your time.
No, it's okay. It's just part of the process. So what we need to do now is,
Is she here today?
I believe she is. What we need to do is postpone it to a date in the future.
Okay.
And then hopefully between now and then, you and the assessor's office can work it out and then you won't need to come back.
Oh, that would be great.
That's ideal. So we need to
Okay.
pick a date. Do you have a date in mind? Is it either the January or February date better for you? There's dates up on the screen.
Oh, to get to her, to have things.
Well, we're going to postpone this to a date in the future. In case you guys don't work it out, you'll come back. But if you do work it out, then it'll be
then I
solved.
don't come back.
Right.
Is there any way to do it in the spring?
Yeah, we have, we could do the March date.
Is there an April?
Well, it's, what's likely going to happen is you'll be able to solve this before you need to come back.
That's what I'm thinking.
So if we put it out till a little further, that'll give their assessor's office more time to work through this.
Okay, whatever the latest date I can do. The problem is I drive to my kids and my families in Illinois, okay, for the holidays, and then I try not to come back till I don't think it's going to snow anymore. So that's the only problem I have of wanting it to be extended. Otherwise, sure, I think that when I get her this stuff and talk to her, we can probably
And
get
then
it worked out.
we can always do a continuance if you're stuck in Illinois or something
Okay.
like that. If you
Okay.
don't get it solved, but hopefully you can get this solved before.
Okay, so let's do a March.
So do the March 23rd, okay.
Sure.
And then do we have a data proviso? Yes, we have a data proviso. Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, and Ms. Oliver, I just did want to confirm, so the last time we spoke, we did amend your application to a full board because you were requesting written findings of fact. That's the legal document we discussed. I just want to make sure you're okay with the full board.
I thought that was you, Jose. I was
Yes.
going to ask you about that. Oh, is that it? I didn't understand that.
Okay, so we're okay with the full board?
I haven't had the best few months. Yeah, with the what?
With the full board that we're in front of?
Oh, sure.
okay.
Right, you know, but if I can go and talk to her like
Yes.
like we said.
And
I
also, on your application, we don't have an email for you, so we
don't
send
have
correspondence.
email.
Okay. Last order of business is we do need a 2-year waiver to continue your appeal out because we're coming up on the deadline to resolve this application. And since we're continuing out, would you be willing to sign a 2-year waiver today?
2 years is a bit much.
Well,
I could
it's
do a
been-
year because I'm paid for my property taxes now. So
So you can sign the waiver out a year from today if you like, and I can prepare that for you if you want to come sign it.
yeah, but if we could maybe not make it so like November, more like September. Kind of.
You can choose any date you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, we can. If we have to, but if she okays it, then I don't have to extend it for a year.
Correct.
Okay. And that's Rebecca, right?
Okay, I believe we're all set. I think
Okay,
the
great.
assessor's
Thank
representative
you.
is at the back.
Thank you, board, so much.
You're welcome.
How is that?
Okay.
Okay, next item, 102, application 23-11866, Robert Palmer.
Sorry, Mr.
Let's-
Chair,
let's hold on. Okay, let's just wait a
just a second.
No problem.
But while we're waiting for that, Mr. Palmer, if you want to come down to the podium, you can.
Okay, application 23-11866, Robert Palmer. We have a Robert Palmer checked in?
Chair says no one has checked in for this item. Recommended action would be to deny due to lack of appearance.
I so move.
Second.
Thank you. Item 103, application 23-11914, the Patterson Family Trust. We have Jeffrey Patterson.
Chair Sisk, I had Mr. Patterson on Zoom for this item. I don't see them on here. I don't know if we want to trail this one or do we want to deny due to lack of appearance. I did see him on Zoom earlier, but it's,
Oh, if he was on Zoom earlier, then he may have stepped out. We can trail it. And when we're done, we'll come back and see if he's checked in. Okay, next item, 106 through 108. Applications 23-12140, 12141, and 10196.
Chair Sisk, we have Alan Hakobian with Ajalat Poli and Ayub on Zoom for this item.
Good morning, members of the board.
Good morning. Are you prepared to move forward today?
No, we would like to continue items 106 to 108 to give the auditor controller some time to issue the refunds.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance. We haven't received any info on this yet, but it, based on your statement, sounds like this may have already been resolved outside the appeals process. Is that correct?
Yes, this was parent-child exclusion. The exclusion was granted. We're just waiting for the auditor controller to issue funds.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
So do we postpone this and let it sort of work itself out? Is that
Yeah, that works for the assessor.
ideal? Okay.
Okay, so no data proviso, is that correct?
Was that
No data proviso, is that correct?
right? Yeah, there'd be no data proviso. Do we have a date in mind? We want to push it to the February date, give a little more time?
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that should work for the assessor.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with no data proviso.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Next, item 110, application 24
I'm sorry.
Yes.
One more item. Item 113 is also mine.
Okay. Oh, yeah, perfect. Let's take care of that next.
We would like to postpone this as well. We provided some information to the assessor's office. They need some more information, so we need some time to gather that information and provide to the assessor.
Okay.
So if we can postpone it to February 9th, that would be great.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees, and if we could add a proviso.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Back to item 110, application 24-10021, Virginia Crawford Trust.
Chair Sisk, we have Samuel Crawford here in person.
Yeah,
Good morning.
right here.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
Well, I've got everything that I can have here, but I haven't talked to anybody yet, so,
Okay.
I was gonna postpone it, I guess, to the January date.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance request, and like you mentioned, we haven't received any information on this one yet.
Okay, and is the January date okay?
That'll work, yeah.
Okay, and data, okay.
Yes.
Looking for a motion to postpone to January 26th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
All right,
Okay,
we're all set, thank you. Next item is 114 and 115 are the same LLC. Application 24-10419 and 10422, Sun Air Jets LLC.
Chair Sisk, we have Mary Brem raising her hand for these items.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning. Are you prepared to move forward today?
We'd like to request a continuance to the February date, please. We've been in communication with the assessor and have been asked to provide a little bit of additional information.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the assessor agrees with the continuance. Like she stated, we've been in communication and exchanging info, and there's just some additional info that we need.
Okay, so data proviso?
Correct.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to February 9th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. You have a nice day.
You too.
Okay.
Chair
Next,
Sisk, I just want to confirm that the motion was for both item 114 and 115 for Sun Air Jets, is that correct?
and let's see, the next items 116 through 141 are all the same representative. So 24-10666, 10667, 668, 669, 670, 713 through 719, 722 through 723, and 726 through 737. Macerich, Buenaventura.
Chair Sisk, we have Ryan McClure with Versatax here in person for these items.
Good morning.
Good morning again, members
We
of the
should
board.
have taken care of all these and not have you come
It's
back up
okay.
here, sorry.
So for these applications, the applicant would like to request a continuance
Okay, on all of them?
on all of them
Okay.
to the March 23rd date, if possible. We've been in contact with the assessor, but we do owe them some more information on 440
Okay, so we need data as well. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, we agree with everything stated.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second?
All right, do you have
All
any
right.
more up here?
I think I'm done today.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
The list is getting smaller, so, okay. So that takes us through up to item 142. And it looks like 142 through 161 are all the same applicant, ROIC California LLC.
Chair Sisk, we have Chelsea Adams on Zoom for these items.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you prepared to move forward today on these?
No, I would like to request a continuance to the March date, if that's possible.
Okay, and this is for all items?
Yes, please.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees with the continuance, and if we could add the proviso.
Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, item 162, application 24-10787, Thomas Emery.
Chair Sisk, we have Thomas Emery on Zoom for this item.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you prepared?
I
to
would
move-
like to request a continuance, the March date if possible, please.
To which date?
March 23rd?
March 23rd, okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
The assessor agrees, and this one does not need a proviso.
No data, okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with no data proviso.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have item 163, application 24-10972, Albany Apartments of Oxnard LLC.
Chair Sisk, we have James Allen here in person.
Morning, James Allen for Albany Apartments of Oxnard. I've had discussions with the, Mr. Clifford. It appears that they have done the reassessments and are just waiting for the paperwork to get processed.
Okay.
I think we should probably put this over to the next available date for the, for hearing. I want to make sure I get things in, that they're done and
Okay.
dispatched.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, so this one would be a assessor requested continuance. We can do the next date like you requested, which I believe is January 26th. This one, we just need to close out the prior stipulation on a prior appeal, which will likely resolve this one. So
Okay, so no data proviso?
no data proviso.
Okay, looking for motion to postpone to January 26th with no data proviso.
So
Well,
moved.
I want the data, but I'm assuming it's already on the way.
I would think so.
So when we make our final, all the updates and changes, you will receive notification via the mail, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's coming shortly, correct?
yeah, we're working on that currently, yes.
Okay, and Mr.
So-
Allen, this was no confirmation of attendance. Are you receiving our correspondence by email and U.S. mail?
I did, but I was advised that attendance would not be necessary because paperwork had already been sent out, but I hadn't received it yet, so.
Okay.
Just making sure we had the right contact information.
So the 26th, is that what?
Yes. Did I have a second on that?
She didn't make her,
Oh.
she didn't finish the first.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, perfect,
Sorry
thank
to
you.
talk, Anna.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Item 167 through 170, application 24-11612, 11614 through 11616, Pancal Family Trust.
I'm joining via Zoom.
Good morning. Are you prepared to move forward today?
I am not. I was informed last week that the assessor would require some additional documentation. And I have furnished that, but I don't believe that they will have had enough time to evaluate it and make a
Okay.
determination. So,
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, the assessor agrees with the continuance. We did request that the applicant submit a Prop 58 parent-to-child exclusion form, which is the one prior to Prop 19. It is possible that this may be resolved outside the appeals process.
Okay, so do we want to postpone it to a date in the future and then hopefully it'll work itself out before?
Yeah, that would probably
You want
work.
to do the March date just to give you more time?
Yeah,
Okay, and then you have a data proviso as well?
let's do a data proviso just in case.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 171, application 24-116 or 11767. David Otis?
We have Mr. Otis on Zoom for this item.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Are you
morning, Board. How are you? I received an email from Andrew Panetta of the assessor's office. He would like an extension to complete his assessment.
Okay, any comments from the assessor's office?
Yes, my notes are showing that we received information last week. We need to review that and also get some clarification on that information we received. So we agree with the continuance, although we do feel it should be the applicant's
Data,
request.
okay.
And if we could add a proviso just in case there's additional info needed.
Okay, and do you have a date in mind?
Mr. Otis, January
Well, sorry,
26th or February 9th?
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a question to the assessor's office.
Well, sort of
I
both.
think January is fine.
That works for the assessor as well.
Okay, looking for a motion to postpone to January 26th with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I do have one last question before you move forward.
Okay,
I did ask the assessor in the clerk's office in regards to an assessment of the D-value of land, and I was told that I should request box G2 be checked. I don't have a relationship for that, but that's what I was recommended.
okay.
So we spoke last week about an amendment on his application, and the applicant would like to add box G2 to dispute the allocation between land and improvements on his property.
Okay.
It's a calamity reassessment, so
Okay.
he's only eligible for the improvement value.
Okay,
And so I guess the intent is to add box G2 to kind of get
okay. Do we need to approve that amendment?
the board would need to approve the amendment to the application.
So the assessor advised the applicant to reach out to the clerk of the board regarding their appeal rights. We're not sure, it's the assessor's opinion that they wouldn't have the right to appeal this as the base year is old. I believe, if my memory is correct, is sometime in 2006 or 2008 or something like that. I'd have to look it up for the details. But I'm not, it was the assessor's opinion that they may not have appeal rights to challenge the allocation of the base year since it is beyond the 4 years. But I would
Okay.
leave that up to the board's discretion.
So during the Thomas fire, assessor's staff was recommending that people that don't believe enough land value was removed to fire damage to challenge the allocation. And so we would, if the assessor's office believes the applicant is not eligible for allocation due to the calamity, maybe we need to schedule a jurisdictional hearing for the board to discuss. Again, that opinion of needing to include that came from the assessor back in 2017, 2018. So that might not be the current situation. So Mr. Phillips, would the assessor like to instead talk about the board's jurisdiction at the next hearing to determine allocation on a calamity?
I guess there could be a distinction here. Are you claiming there was damage to the land that you want to include in your, or are you saying that the land value has gone down, irregardless of the damage to the improvements?
No, good question. So it's actually both, because all the land around me, because I live in an area that was fairly significantly damaged. In fact, my neighbor's house was burnt to the ground, as well as all the houses up on the hill with me. And many of the current homeowners who decided not to rebuild are trying to sell their lots. And their lots that are currently being sold versus the APN values are roughly 30 to 40% devalued due to what's happened in the area of Camarillo. You also see comparative examples of this, of what's been happening in Malibu as well. And so I think that it's both. It's actually the value of the land has been significantly decreased due to the fires. And folks in the area, say Spanish Hills, are trying to sell their lots, can't sell their lots for what the current assessed value is. So it's both.
My concern would be, as far as altering the application, that there might be different dates involved as to when you can apply for that kind of reduction. In other words, there might be one date for calamity damage, but this isn't really calamity damage. This is the market reflecting the land value.
Well, I guess
Does
it
that make
depends
sense?
on what you're defining. as
And I'm not trying to
calamity.
make a decision on any of those factors. I'm
Right.
just saying that you may be in time for one set of adjustments, but too early or too late for the reduction in land value. So that's where, before I could make any kind of decision, I'd have to really see all the paperwork in front of me. And
Well, I did have at least for me, I did have a preliminary appraisal of my land.
again,
with a licensed
I
appraiser.
it's not a question of trying to argue the value one way or the other right at this point.
Yeah.
It's the question of, do we want, my suggestion is we just do what I'm saying, continue this. And then if you still want to go ahead and you don't get a reduction on that appeals to you, then you can bring the whole issue at that time to the hearing. Does that
No,
make
I
sense?
think that's fair. I think, what at least I'm kind of trying to get the board to at least percolate on, so to speak, is that, when you get the damage to your house repaired, it's done. The issue with the land, it's more of a long-term impact that could last 3, 5, 10 years. You just don't know.
So yeah, the assessor would agree with Mr. Farino's assessment of it. There's two different issues here. There's the calamity, and then there's also Prop 8. So I believe Mr. Otis is somewhat combining those issues together, but the property tax laws require that we look at them separately. So yes, he may be potentially, the Prop 8 may apply for years after the calamity event, but there's very specific laws we have to follow when applying the calamity, which I think Mr. Farino was indicating there.
Well, I think what I was indicating is the best course is that we continue this, then maybe you can resolve issue 1, and then he'll still be back here on issue 2.
Correct. And regarding the appeal of the base year allocation, that was my understanding based on statute of limitations, but if that's not the case, I can review that further and be ready to discuss that at the next hearing.
So just get a
Okay, fair enough.
continuance.
Yeah, we just continue it.
Okay.
Do we need another motion on that, or is
I don't
the
think we continued
first-
it yet.
Yeah,
did we?
we did. We continued it to January 26th.
Oh, okay.
So quick question, and before we move forward, is there an expectation of what I should bring to the court in January with regards to the land. I just want to make sure that I
Well, you would
bring
need,
anything.
support for your suggested land value. So in, like an appraisal report or some kind of, evidence that, that you feel you're correct and the assessor's office is not.
Chair Sisk,
Okay,
if I may, I think that might be a step later. Since the board is not approving an amendment today, then what we would talk about at the next hearing is if the board has jurisdiction to adjust a land allocation as part of a calamity reassessment appeal, which is what this appeal is for. It's effective the date of the fire. So that's where we would discuss jurisdiction, and then if the board determines they have jurisdiction, then the applicant would go and prepare his arguments for why the land value should be reallocated at a different date. The market value is not currently under appeal. That would, Mr. Verduzco advised Mr. Otis that he'll need to file a regular appeal to address market value, and the next opportunity for that is between July 2nd and September 15th of 2026. So the current appeal active is just for calamity fire damage, and so if we're not approving amendments today, that would be the next step, is to just discuss if the board's eligible to proceed on that or not.
Well, before you can do that, don't we have to also agree to allow him to amend his application?
Well, so the applicant has the right to amend. So, I mean, today, we could do it any time. Anything the applicant had the right to select when they filed the application, the board's required by law to approve that. And so then it would just be if the board has jurisdiction to adjust the land value allocation or not, based on assessor saying they believe it may be outside of statute of limitations, applicant coming in with what they would present to your board to say it is within the statute of limitations. Basically putting the parties on notice to prepare to address that issue in January. So we don't have, we could do the amendment now or later. It doesn't matter because we're going to talk about it at the jurisdictional hearing. So if your board says, hey, if we do have jurisdiction, then you can approve the amendment that same day. And then at another hearing, then the parties would discuss value or reallocation or whatever the issue ends up being.
Right.
Again, that's a few steps away, depending on what the board has jurisdiction on, which we don't have enough information today to determine.
So would there be a date when that hearing would occur for you to determine jurisdiction?
So I think we're suggesting doing that at the January 26th hearing, and so that's what you would come to address.
Got it.
Again, talk to the assessor. Maybe they will review the statute of limitations with you and come up to a different opinion, and we won't need to address that. So work with the assessor on that issue prior to January 26th.
Okay, very good. I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Just so I'm not confused, and just so everybody's on the same page, I think the suggestion is being made that I'm assuming the assessor and the applicant can come to an agreement on the damage to the house. Maybe it was burned to the ground. I don't know. But then there's the issue of the land that the applicant, if he decides, well, I want to carry forward on that, I don't agree with the assessor on that, whatever his position is, that we're only going to discuss whether he has that right. And then on January, was it 26th? And then at a later date, he would bring in so he'd come in, he'd argue, well, this is why I think I can change the land also. Not necessarily valuation, but from a legal point, he'd be arguing the legal points. And then if we say, no, we don't agree with the legal points, then the argument is over. If we say, yeah, we agree with the legal point, now bring in your data or work with the assessor on the data points at another date. Is that what we're agreeing to?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes,
Okay.
and I that's what I understood as well.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
All
Because
right.
otherwise, everybody's preparing something for
Right,
a
that's why I
hearing
wanted
that
to-
we don't even discuss.
Exactly.
those.
That's why I needed to be clear that we're not proceeding with a value on the land at this point
Right.
because a determination's not been made.
Okay, so we're all set on that one?
Okay, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Okay, next, item 175, application 24-11841, Nala Hilo?
Chair Sis, we have Ahmad Hilo on Zoom for this item.
Well, good morning.
Mr. Hilo, your mic is muted. If you could please unmute.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah, I'm requesting a continuance.
Okay.
Real quick before we get to that, I believe you're actually requesting amendments to your application. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, Mr. Verduska, you want to cover that?
Yes, so for this application, the applicant actually filed 2 appeals. The first was under, I believe, his mother's name, and then the subsequent appeal was under Ahmad Hilo with a representative. We didn't, because they were filed several weeks from each other, we didn't catch that they're the same application, and we should have treated the second application as an amendment to the original because it was still within the filing period. At this point, we will end up consolidating the applications to one. However, in discussions with the applicant, we discovered that he's also asking to, one, add the selection of box B2 for the September 19th, 2024 change in ownership, which was not included on either application, and to amend this application to a hearing officer meeting type instead of the full board.
Okay. So do we need to approve the amendment to the application?
It would be our recommendation to allow the applicant to add that to his application.
Okay. So we're looking for a motion to modify the application or amend the application? Is that correct?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
motion to approve the amendments.
And to continue, right?
That's second
That's
if your board
separate.
approves the amendments.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a second?
So moved.
Sorry,
Did
who
I
ma-
first
who made
it?
the motion?
I didn't know if you said anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Did you
I
recommend
asked
it?
for a motion, yes.
So
Okay.
moved.
Thank
Okay,
you.
a second.
Okay, so the amendment, the application's been amended. So what is our next step?
Okay, so with the amendment of the application, the appeal must be rescheduled to a date no sooner than 45 days. With your amendment, the application was amended to a hearing officer meeting type, and so the next hearing would be February 23rd, 2026, or if we're looking for more time, June 8th, I guess, would be the soonest date after that.
Is there a preferred date with either the applicant or the assessor's office?
I don't have a preference.
Does the assessor's office have a preference?
We don't necessarily have a preference, but the later date would likely make more sense due to a lot of these issues appear that they may be resolved
Okay,
without the need for a hearing.
okay, and then do you need data as well?
Currently, no.
Okay. So we're just looking for a motion to postpone to June 8th with no data proviso.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. We are all set.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, next item, 176, application 24-11853, Daniel Hanlon.
Chair Sisk, we have Daniel Hanlon here in person for this item.
I'm here. Good morning, Chairman,
morning.
members of the board.
Are you prepared to move forward today?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Any comments from the assessor's office?
Say again?
Oh, I'm asking the assessor's office if they have any comments.
The assessor agrees with the continuance, and if we could just add a proviso for any missing information.
Okay, and then we have a date in mind. Do you have a preferred date?
March 23rd, sir.
Is that okay with the assessor's office?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Looking for a motion to postpone to March 23rd with the proviso that any data requested by the assessor's office be provided within 30 days of the hearing date.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So let's see.
Was it 103?
Yep, 103. Has anyone checked in for item 103? Jeffrey Patterson?
No, Chair Sisk, it looks like they never rejoined on Zoom, so I guess the recommended action would be to deny due to lack of appearance.
I so move.
Second?
That does it, huh? We just have the stipulation agreements?
Yep.
Okay. Anyone have any questions on the large stipulation agreements?
Nope.
No, okay.
Yeah, so these are for the ROIC cases, items 177 through 181. These are reductions exceeding $5 million. They're placed on your board's regular agenda should you have any questions for the assessor regarding these. If there are no questions, recommendation is to approve the stipulations for item 178 through 181. Sorry, 177 through 181.
Anyone have any questions or comments? No. Oh, looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And then items 182 through,
Let's go through these one by one because the statuses have changed. So for item 183, a original stipulation was received on Friday afternoon and has now been passed to all of you for review. If you've had a chance to review, the recommendation is to approve the original stipulation on item 183.
I so move.
Second?
And then item 184.
Yeah, just giving Mr. Verduzco a moment to catch up with the motion.
And that was
Sisk Ferris.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 184, I do not believe we have anything to present to you today due to an issue with the original stipulation. Can the assessor give us an overview of what's going on with this one? I believe it's when you said the original stipulation was the wrong form and you had to send it back, and that's why we can't approve the preliminary, unless I'm getting it confused with something else.
Yeah, I believe that's accurate. We did reach out to this applicant multiple times with no responses. Let me double check the issues that we. Oh, go ahead.
Good morning, Andrew Pineda for the assessor. I reached out multiple times to the applicant regarding the issues with the original stipulation. I forwarded the corrected one via mail and email. I did receive an email from the applicant not related to that stipulation this morning. So I will be trying to reach out again and see if I can get a hold of them and get that one corrected. Unfortunately, as Brennan said, there were some issues with the original one, which is why the preliminary cannot be approved at this time.
So I guess the little sticky situation, because we don't have anything valid now on file, which makes it difficult to continue pending receipt of the original stipulation out again. Maybe what I suggest is we reset the hearing for our February date option. Let's see, for February 9th, and we'll renotice the applicant to appear, and hopefully that will serve as a incentive for them to work with the assessor. Yeah, unfortunately, due to that, we would normally just approve this non-original, but there were errors on that. So
Okay, understood. Okay.
I don't know. I think that's probably the best way we can proceed, and then if they don't reach out to the assessor, they'll be denied for failure to appear at that point.
Okay. So are we going to postpone this with the data proviso?
No
Is that-
data.
I would say yeah, sorry, it's complicated. Let's reschedule for evaluation hearing on February 9th, 2026, and see what happens.
Okay.
Because I guess our intent with that is to encourage the applicant to be responsive. And if for some reason they no longer agree with the stipulation, then we can do a data proviso at that point and continue on.
Okay. So looking for a motion to reset or reschedule to February 9th.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. And then our last one, item 185, application 25-10115, Melody O'Leary.
An original stipulation was received Friday afternoon and has now been passed around your board for review. If you've all had a chance to review, recommendation is to approve the stipulation.
I so move.
Second?
Okay, that's that. And then we just have the regular stipulations. Any board members have any comments on the stipulations that were sent out?
Nope.
No. All recommend, looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Wow. Are we set?
There are no further items on today's agenda. We can adjourn at your pleasure.
Okay, I believe it is 10:45 and court is adjourned. Those
Just
clocks
leave these
are,
up here?
those clocks are an hour ahead of time.
Hour and 15?
I looked up, I'm like, we've been here for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
No, we haven't. Wow. Okay, we're all set. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you. And I wrote down here where you said I